Hi guys, we're at Sitting at Tamworth and we're here to pick up our new project car, which is an F80 M3. This particular car is in Verde Mantis, which is a Lamborghini colour. If you might know that we had a signal green F80 M3 which didn't last long. It basically had a very short life and lasted around 3,000 miles before somebody wrote it off. So hopefully we'll have better luck with this one. The reason I've gone for this colour is because I like signal green a lot. And this particular colour is a Lamborghini colour and it's quite rare on the M3. It's a special order colour. This is a competition pack, so it has the 666 wheels, the competition pack exhaust, the suspension. It's also got the Icon LED headlights. Interior spec wise, it has the carbon fibre interior with the competition pack seats. It's a DCT, also has heads up display. So it's pretty well spec'd. Obviously we've got some good plans for the car. We want to do a GTS style front splitter for it, a GTS hood, probably some 660 wheels, an EV interior intake obviously, and some little carbon touches. I think the bright green lends itself really well to the carbon fibre. So yeah, I'd just like to thank the guys at Sitting at Tamworth, Amy and James, for looking after us throughout the whole process. So we've picked the car up for Tamworth. We've got the car back to its home, which is Evolve HQ. It's taken a little while to get used to the colour. It's very different to the signal green that we had before. I would say it's a little bit lighter and brighter. So if you don't know, this is the same colour as the green Huracans are these days. So it's, where the signal was a flat colour, I think this is more of a pearlescent. So it changes a lot in different lights. So in the sunshine, it's a bit brighter, and in overcast, it goes a bit darker. The car itself is a competition pack. Our last one wasn't a competition pack. I mean, I've only driven the car about 100 miles, but initially it does feel like the suspension is a bit more settled. Not had a chance to accelerate to check the power difference. The seats are a lot more improved. So the competition pack has a slightly different seat to the normal M3. This also has a competition pack wheels, which, as most people know, I'm not a massive fan of, but we will be changing these over. I really like the new headlights. The Icon headlights, I think, give the car a completely new look. Also, the inside of the headlights is black. Before we have custom lights to do that, but we won't need to do that on this car. So when the weather gets a bit better, as you know, it's been snowing in the UK, so I've not had a real good chance to drive it. Still got to do the running in service. We'll give a driving impression of the video, comparing it against a normal one, to say whether we think it's worth the difference over the standard M3. Plans for this car: we're going to design our own aero for this, so later on we're going to show you the scanning process for that part. We're also going to do the GTS style bonnet, the same style as the one we've got on the M2. Also on the rear end, we're going to have the new carbon diffuser and a carbon rear spoiler. On the front, the aero is going to be, I'm going to go for, I think, a bit of a CS type theme. So it's going to have a similar bump front splitter to the GTS, but I want to try and complete it a bit more around the corners. This car has normal brakes at the moment. I'll probably change those over to the ceramics or an aftermarket just for the aesthetics. Apart from that, on the interior side of things, I found this really cool kind of a varnish that you can do on carbon, and our distributor in Germany, CFD, had like this really cool green varnish on the Venturi intake. So I want to run that on the inside carbon bits of the car and also in the intake. If you haven't seen it, if you go on our Instagram, there's some pictures of it. It looks really vivid. It's something we can't do with the Kevlar carbon, so I'm hoping to do that on the intake and then run that through onto the inside of the car. Power wise, we'll do our stage 1 map initially, which is around 500 horsepower. Then we'll do the downpipes and the stage 2, which makes anywhere between sort of 520 and 530. So we've set up our 3D scanner. This is made by a company called Hexagon, and it's a Roma arm style 3D scanner. What we're going to do is scan the boot lid of the car, and then we're going to design our aero from that. Now, this is the same scanner that we use for our Venturi intake. So for the intakes, we scan the engine bay, import that data into CAD, design the intake, 3D print the prototypes, test them on the dyno. When we're happy that they work, then we have them made in carbon fibre. So it's going to be a similar process for the aero. We're going to scan the body area that we want to make for. So in this case, it's the boot lid for the spoiler. Then we will import that into CAD, build up the design for the lip spoiler, 3D print it on a large scale printer, test fit it on the car, make sure it looks good, it fits right, and then we'll have it made from an aluminium mold in carbon fiber. Now the carbon fiber production will be the same as the Venturi, so if any of you guys have seen that kit, it's very high quality, the weave is flawless, so we hope to recreate that with our new Era project. So what I'm going to do now is scan the boot lid, and you can see the progress on the laptop over there, and after we're finished with it, we'll show you what the 3D scan looks like. Okay, so we've completed the scan of the boot lid, and I can show you on the screen what that actually looks like. So as you can see, we've just scanned the area where the boot spoiler is going to go, so it's going to go sort of around from that corner, a little bit under there and around there, and you can just make out the top of the BMW badge there and the M3 badge there. So yeah, that's the scanning process done. The next stage of the process is to design the boot spoiler in CAD, and we'll catch up with you when we've actually do our first 3D print, so we'll try and catch that on camera for you as well. So yeah, until next time, next update on this car will be us giving a bit more driving impressions. The weather's not great for it now, but as soon as it dries up a bit, we'll make a video and give my impressions of what the compact is like to drive against a normal one. So until next time, remember to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, which is @Evolve Automotive.